Inside the Drag Closet with Jade. Join Jade, DeVere, and her fabulous team of guests as they discuss all things drag, from wigs to makeup to performances and everything in between.
Join us at WLFE-DV.com for upcoming shows and more.
Well, hello there, kids. Welcome to Inside the Drag Closet, the interactive podcast where we talk about all things drag and some things that aren't. Who knows? We're really just here to have a good time. I am Mary Poppins, and I'm here to have a wonderful time. Okay, enough is enough. Welcome to Inside the Drag Closet, everybody. We have a fantastic show planned for you this evening. We are introducing a brand new co-host this evening. I'm super excited about it. We will miss Fancy Dismount dearly. She picked up another gig, and, you know, times are tough right now. So, girl, get that money, have some fun, bring joy to the masses, and know that you always have a home here with Inside the Drag Closet. I'm going to answer a little who, what, where. First of all is who. I am Jade DeVere. I've been doing drag for 437 years now. What am I wearing? I ordered this fantastic outfit ages ago. For anyone who has not seen Mary Poppins Returns, trust me, it is a really good movie. I went into it expecting to hate it, and I loved everything about it. This look is from the cover is not the book scene. Didn't have the right hair. I'm a little, what if Velma Kelly played Mary Poppins? But you know what? It's the only scene in the movie where she has a bowl cut. So I had a red bowl cut somewhere. I have no idea where it is, so we went with black. Oh, well. And last but not least, where can you find me? You can find me every Wednesday night right here on WLFE-DB Radio on Inside the Drag Closet. Don't worry, we will have new advertising soon. You don't have to worry about it saying 10:30. Our show is at 8:30 from now on. We hope all of you are loving the new show time. We are already getting such a ton of love on our Facebook page. Thank you all so much. You are all amazing. Oh, Mary Poppins Returns was so good. Robin, you are correct. It is so good. It's deceptive. You go into it and you're just like, oh, here we go. And Emily Blunt nailed that character. Like, she was just such a good Mary Poppins. She didn't try to be Julie Andrews. She tried to be closer to the book version. Mary is a little arrogant in the original version. She's a little snotty, and I kind of loved that about her. She was all those things I wish I was, you know, a nanny. I did prefer the original one more. Well, of course, the original one is so good. I mean, it's almost like comparing two different movies. They're both really, really good for what they are. And just, I loved both of them. But we're going to keep the show moving right along. I could talk about Mary Poppins all day. I could talk about Disney all day. We might talk about that a little bit later. But right now, I want to introduce one of my fabulous co-host. She has been with me from the beginning. She is my beautiful, beautiful sister in drag. Put your hands together for Miss Scarlet Overkill. Ah!
Oh, hey.
Hey, girl, how you doing?
I just got some face work done. Does he think it looks okay?
How long until it heals?
I got it done about 600 years ago, so soon? Yeah.
It looks great.
Oh, thanks. I need something done.
Just a little something.
Yeah.
Oh my God, girl.
Facelift.
Give us a little footwear.
Okay, so who am I? I am Scarlet Overkill, well, her dead twin. And I've been doing drag now for 666 years. Where can you find me? You can find me most Wednesdays on Inside the Drag Closet right here on Facebook and WLFDB Radio at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. What am I wearing? Well, this lovely dress that I found in my closet had skulls on, so fits the holiday. And then this big, disgusting hair because I haven't brushed her out in a while. I was actually picking some roaches and some cobwebs out of it earlier. And yeah, my face brought to you by a car tire. So yeah.
This look is so haunting. I love everything about it.
Thank you.
You did that. You said you did that with tissue, right?
I put toilet paper down at first with some spirit gum to kind of like map out how I wanted it to look, and then I added just like last week's look with the eye, added some cotton balls, and I just kind of shredded it all up to give this shredded effect, and added the makeup and the blood to it. So yeah.
I love it. It turned out so good. I've always had a fun thought, and you and I have talked about this a little bit before. And let's ask the audience, how would you all like to see maybe next month when the co-hosts get together, all of us painting live on Facebook?
Yes. I like that.
Is that something you would all like? Because we'll talk about it. We'll discuss it. We'll go through some stuff.
Yes.
Now, we would have been joined by our lovely sister, Anastasia Diamond, this evening, but she got caught up with work this evening and could not make it. So I know she's kicking herself right now, but her job is super duper important. I would rather her take care of her clients than be here, because her work is incredible. She works with people dealing with HIV and AIDS. She's one of those people that makes me want to be a better person.
Oh yeah, definitely. What she does is amazing. I mean, I for many who know and don't know, I work in healthcare as well. So like, her and I think that's why we connect so well. We just have a big heart, I guess you could say, to help other people.
Meanwhile, I'm an actor. I like attention. I think part of why I do what I do is I like to let people forget about the real world and live in fantasy for a little while. And I think that's something we all need right now. So
oh yeah, definitely.
Exactly. Speaking of living in fantasy, I want to know, what was your first impression of the new girl?
Oh, my first impression. Well, first time I met her, I thought, wow, she's tall, she's thin, and she's pretty. Is she coming from my gig? But then I realized, oh, I'm not that pretty.
Stop it.
No, my first impressions was, and many people know this as well if they don't, I'm already 6'3" as a man. So then put all this on and add a pair of 4 or 5 inch heels. So I'm like good 6'9" in drag. And so I walk in the room and I see her and I'm like, damn, that's a tall bitch. I thought I was tall. And that was honestly my first impression of her. But since then, working with her and, doing shows and everything, like, so talented, so professional, such a sweetheart. Love her to death.
Yeah. I remember, I have the exact opposite story because I am the shortest queen in this area. I am 5'4", and every show I'm just like, "Hi, how's everybody else doing? What's it like up there?" And just when I first met our new co-host, I just thought she was such a sweetheart, and she's funny as hell.
Oh yeah,
I'm so excited for everyone to meet her. And she wrote a special bio for this evening. I want to read it for everybody. I love this, and I'm going to try to edit it because she put her name in it, but I'm going to try to say it without saying her name. So, she began her journey into female impersonation in 1998. She first hit the stage in our nation's capital as a member of the Washington Academy of Arts. It wasn't long after her 21st birthday that her interest in pageants began to thrive. In 2003, she captured the titles of Miss Stallions and Miss Gay Harrisburg America, leading her on to place first alternate at Miss Gay Pennsylvania America 2004. Other bar titles include Miss Scarab 04, Miss Central Pennsylvania Pride 06, that's a sisterhood we're all in, Miss Club Excess 07, 08, and 2011, Miss Lancaster Gay Pride 2010, Miss York Gay Pride 2011, and Miss Tally Ho 2016. Taking her talents elsewhere, she was also crowned Miss Southern Tier New York 2006, Miss Twin Tier New York 2006, and Miss New York City FFI 2009. She currently resides in York, Pennsylvania, where she spent most of this year self-reflecting, strengthening bonds, connecting with friends and family, and fine-tuning the art of drag. She believes in turning your flaws into facets and letting that inner diamond shine bright for the world to see. I think at this time, a proper introduction would be the new introduction of the show, and we are going to bring in our new co-host. So kids, you're going to meet her in just a moment. Get ready.
Inside the Drag Closet with Jade. Join Jade DeVere and her fabulous team of guests as they discuss all things drag, from wigs to makeup to performances and everything in between.
Join us at WLFE-DV.com for upcoming shows and more.
All right, everybody, welcome Amethyst Diamond.
Hello. Hi, baby.
Hello.
Welcome
How
aboard,
are
girl.
you? Thank you so very much for having me on the show. It means the absolute world to me. Don't mind me. I kind of have fangs in right now, so I sound like I have a lisp. But, you know, I wanted to keep in the theme of Halloween, so here we are. So, yes. Thank you so much, ladies.
Who, what, where?
Who, what, where? Let's see. Well, my name is Amethyst Diamond, and I'm going to take these teeth out. Don't worry, I have other ones. It was just two. So, who, what, where with Amethyst Diamond? Let's see. My name is Amethyst Diamond. I've been doing drag for about, Jade, you said what, 437 years? Is that right? Roughly.
Yep.
And I'm just under that, so, you know, you're the old bitch. It's okay. But no, honestly, I've been doing drag for about 22 years. As you said, I started down in Washington, D.C., at the Washington Academy of Arts, and that is where my name comes from, at least my last name. I am the daughter of Richie Rich Diamond, and my drag name comes from February, which is my birthstone, Amethyst. So I am all about the gems and the jewels and the who, what, when, where, and why. So did I leave anything out? Maybe? No?
What?
The why? It's the why, isn't it?
No, you got the who,
Yeah.
and the what, and the where. Where can we find you?
Where?
I was never good at math my whole life, I swear to God. It's terrible. Where you can find me currently being, thank you COVID-19 for shutting us all down, but we're still going viral anyway. Currently right now I perform every now and again at the Blue Moon in Rehoboth Beach, Delaware. Other than that, I'm right here live broadcasting from my home, my little lovely home that I love and adore, to you and the world out there and everybody else. So thank you again for having me. Let's get spooky, ladies. Let's do something fun.
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And cheers.
So we already have, you are getting so much love already. Gabby Dixon, loving the new
babies.
intro.
Look at the baby.
Morgan, beautiful queen.
Yeah.
Cassie
Oh, thank
Hunter,
you.
Amy.
That's my Cassie girl. Hey, baby. Oh, that's so sweet.
I haven't seen,
Thank
I
you,
remember
guys.
running into Cassie. We were all judging Comedy Queen down in Philly together.
Oh my God, that was so much fun.
That was a crazy day.
That was amazing. That's, you know, I have the best time of the show is usually behind stage, as we all know. You know, in the dressing room, just kikiing and just having a good time. It's almost as though we should put a camera back there. Almost.
That's what this show is.
Exactly. So I'm in the graveyard here. I have my little baby. He's so cute. You got to see him. This is my little demon.
Aw.
Yeah. I may nurse him later. Is that okay? Can I do that live?
That's fine.
Okay, wonderful. Good. That's what's going to happen. So, yes.
I believe nursing is very healthy.
Yes.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, look how healthy he is. That green glow, the white eyes. I mean, come on.
Yeah. Beautiful.
I mean, I'm
baby.
sure it's healthy for the baby. I don't know if it's going to be healthy for you.
Probably not. That's why I put him on the floor. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. This is so much fun. I can't say thank you enough to you all. Thank you very much for having me. I really appreciate it. Keep some girl going.
I'm super excited to have you. I mean, we are going to miss Fancy Dismount. You know, she is our sister, but
absolutely. Absolutely.
Now, maybe someday my show will start making money. Somebody sponsor me, please.
Yeah, everybody hear that? We like money. It takes a lot of money to look this cheap.
Exactly. Speaking of money, you can find my Venmo information scrolling at the bottom of the screen right now at Jade DeVere, all one word. You can also find Scarlet's information. Her Venmo is Scarlet_overkill, and her Cash App is $ the Scarlet Overkill, all one word. Yes. Same thing with Amethyst at Dustin_Bailey_Brown. And her Cash App is, what is it? $DSBB1980.
Yeah.
I wonder what does 1980 stand for?
Yeah, I'm curious.
It might be the year I was born, but probably not.
You were born in. Let's say you were born in 1980. I thought it was 1999.
No, I thought it was 1880, but you know I can't keep track.
Numbers, I don't know them.
Numbers, what do they mean? They don't mean nothing.
Nothing.
Exactly.
Nothing.
So, I'm going to throw it out to the audience tonight. This is just an open forum kind of night. If you have any questions for us, feel free to throw them our way. We have some fantastic shows coming up, but we're going to talk about those a little bit later. Morgan had a question. What was your baby's name?
You know, I didn't even give a shit enough to give him a name. Isn't that terrible? I'm a terrible mother, and I have plenty drag children, but oh God, I don't even know. I don't even know if he's mine, to be very honest with you. I wasn't interested. It just fell out of me.
Don't you hate me?
I thought that baby looked familiar. Weren't you on that episode of I Didn't Know I Was Pregnant?
That's what it is. Thank you, Scarlet. Oh my God. I'm old. Old. I can't remember.
I love everything about that.
Way too fun.
I've been waiting. Amethyst Diamond, you are stunning. Oh, this is from Chanel. You're making me think of Jackie Collins.
Thank you, babies. Yes. Come on, Dynasty. Yes.
Oh my God. We're going to do a Dynasty night.
Ooh.
You know, I like a little sparkle here and there. I don't want to be too much.
Oh. Speaking of too much, who did that jewelry set for you?
This is done by the one and only Miss Lolly Cox, of course. If you need jewels, babies, go see her. She will not do you wrong, okay? And tell her I sent you so I can get a discount.
Yes.
Smart. And that would be Rocks by Cox.
Oh, yes. Cox and Rocks, my favorite things.
Any day now, Lolly's going to serve me with a cease and desist. Like, girl, stop it.
She probably will.
Either going to be a sponsorship or a cease and desist. It's vicious cycle.
Hey, it's worth a shot.
I love that the audience is going into Rocks by Cox. Rocks by Cox. Rocks by
I love it.
Oh,
I love you.
Morgan actually had a pretty good question. We'll start with Amethyst on this one. How many drag children do you actually have?
Oh my goodness. Let's see. My first drag child would be Sinika Diamond. She's also a former Miss Stallions as well. My second child, and children, if you're watching, I'm sorry if I get this wrong. I love you all. Sinika was my first child. I would say that Lexus, Diamond, who doesn't do drag anymore. She lives up in Williamsport, but still one of my children, one of my blonde, beautiful children, who is a former Miss Shimmer as well. My third child would be Cassandra Diamond, who I really love, and she's kind of my favorite, but don't tell the rest of them unless I just did. Cassandra's my baby. She has a passion for the art and just a free spirit. Also a fellow Pisces, so we really get along on that aspect. My fourth child, it's going to get a little muddy here. Let's see. There was Madeline Diamond, who's also a former Miss Shimmer, who no longer does drag. And then who else was it? It was Madeline, and I know there's another few in there. Let's see, Jada Sparks, actually. Yes, I'm claiming you tonight, girl. You're welcome. You owe me dinner. Yes, exactly. Who else? Let's see. I just had a new child, actually, last week, and it wasn't the demon baby on the floor either. I now have a drag king. I have a son. You may know him. His father is Joey Morgan. So Jay Easy is now a part of the Diamond Clan. I love him because he performs from the heart. He performs from the soul, and I just watch him and I'm just in awe. And I met him for 5 minutes, and I knew that I would love him already. So yeah, I have about 6 or 7. You know, there's some other ones floating around in there, but yeah. Many people claim me as their mother, so I'm always happy to help and lend a hand. So I have many more children than just the ones who take my name. So.
Yeah,
that's fantastic. I think, and that's the best part about the drag world. We get to create the families we wanted.
Exactly.
Yep.
And we get to impart knowledge to others. You know, I love my drag children. My drag son, Mikkel, was on the show. I think that was a month or 2 ago now. Like, we've been doing this show for a while.
Yeah.
Congratulations to its success.
Yeah. And welcome to the craziness.
Yes.
I love a little crazy every now and again.
Oh, who doesn't? Speaking of crazy, my first drag child was Izzy He, fabulous non-binary performer who is just traveling all over the world, just bringing joy to anybody they can. And I'm so proud of them. I've got Mr. Treats, who is now performing burlesque under the name Legs Akimbo, who we love them so much. And of course, my youngest, my Mona, my baby girl, Mona Moorhead, Miss Central Pennsylvania Pride right now.
Yes.
How about you, Scarlett? How about your kids?
Well, I have my first child is, first of all, thank you, Morgan, for your question. My good friend from the UK who was on last week's episode. So my first child is my good friend Logan, who goes by the name Nikki Savage Overkill. And my second child is a new child that has not debuted yet, obviously, because Corona's ruined our lives. So Miss Rona, whenever you want to go the fuck home, please call your cab. Your bed's waiting for you, and we're done with you. But his name is Cameron, and he works at the Starbucks nearby me. And we met through me stopping there to, need caffeine so I don't look like this in the morning. And we started chatting, and he started playing in makeup and wanted help and had interest in drag. And, I kind of was like, well, where do you want to take it? What do you want to do with it? And I've been helping him out and giving him tips and just getting him ready for when life goes back to normal to hopefully get out there and get his name out there and start his drag career. His drag name is Cameloto.
Oh my God.
Oh, yeah. Love it. I loved it. First time I heard it, I was like, yes, you need to be part of this family because your name is ridiculous. So yeah, I have two wonderful daughters right now.
Oh,
fantastic. I want to point out this fantastic statement from Miss Jasleen Sparks Dixon. Amethyst was the first drag queen I ever saw at Club XS, and when I saw her, she had boobs and my mind was blown. I couldn't understand how it was possible.
Oh, Jasleen, baby, thank you so much for that. I love and appreciate you. And of course, congratulations on your success with your journey in drag, with becoming Miss Pennsylvania. So yes, sister, thank you so very much for that. I love you.
Yes.
We love Miss Jasleen.
Yes,
She got
ma'am.
lots of opinions, and we respect that.
And that's okay.
Exactly. And what is the from Chanel, Jade DeVere, OMG girl. You make me want to watch Judy Garland again. You could pass for her in a look-alike contest. Ooh, I will take that in a heartbeat.
Yes.
Thank you.
Right there, baby.
Don't let Aida hear that.
I love it.
We've got to get Aida on the show one of these days.
Yes, we
I
should.
chatted with her when she came. We just got to find the right time.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, ma'am.
There's so many fun comments here. We did get a lot of questions. We are going to be getting to the questions. Don't you worry. There's one I am hesitant to get to, Gabby, but we're going to get to it.
Come on, Gabby.
Somehow. You know what? Let's do it before the commercial break, because we're going to have a commercial at 9, so we've got 4 minutes.
Let's do it.
Gabby Dixon, reactions to Amy Coney Barrett getting confirmed.
I'm going to need some more wine for that question.
Yep. I am going to hope and pray that she takes her vow to be impartial seriously. Because if she doesn't, fuck that bitch.
What Jade said, but minus everything except fuck that bitch.
Yes.
There's
Yes.
that. Okay.
Yes.
Or a nicer way to say what Jade said. See you next Tuesday. There you go.
And how about those Eagles? I swear. Have you seen them lately? They're gorgeous.
Oh my God.
God. Oh, I can't.
How about that?
I can't.
What is that? Chanel is full of questions tonight, and I love it. Scarlet Overkill, you could be Zipperhead's little sister. Excellent horror makeup.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, that is incredible. Ooh,
Scarlett,
here's a good question. From Eve Brown. What advice do you give to newer drag performers developing their onstage persona? Amethyst, go ahead and start or take that one first.
Absolutely. It's super scary being a brand new drag queen because currently in 2020, there's a lot of influence out there, especially with RuPaul's Drag Race, which a lot of newer queens use as like their study Bible, and they put blinders on and they say, this is drag. I'm here to tell you after 22 years, it is not all of drag. Drag is whatever you want to make of it. It is your art. It is your persona. It is your personality. If you don't want to do something one way and you prefer to do it another way, do it. Just be true to yourself and what you love. And that's your main focus when you come to do drag. You know, I like to do, a lot of people will call me a pageant queen because I love glamour. I love the jewelry, the glitz and stuff like that. But I appreciate my horror queens. I appreciate my comedy queens. I appreciate my theater queens because they bring something different to the table. So it's not just so dry and flat all the time. Yes, I'm pretty. Big deal. Pretty isn't everything. You know what I mean? So for newer queens out there, just stay true to yourself. And your light will shine through. You know, you don't have to fit yourself into anybody else's box. Your box is your box. My box is my box. No one else has been in my box. Just saying. However, just be true to yourselves, baby, because that's when your true light will shine. You know what I mean? Just be happy doing what you do, and don't let anybody else tell you otherwise. And if they do, you come find me. Okay?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
I think that summarized it perfectly. We are going to take a quick little commercial break. We're going to come back and we're going to keep answering these questions. So kids, start thinking about those questions you've always wanted to ask, and we will be right back. Did I press the thing? I pressed the thing. Come on.
WLFE-DB.com, where our shows are your shows.
Alrighty, kids, we are back.
Hello.
So we
Hey,
have
hi.
a lot of fantastic questions. I like this question from my lovely husband, Derek Amethyst. As someone who has been in the game for a minute, do you feel that social media has had a negative impact on local drag as some newer performers build followings online even before they're 21 and then don't feel that they need to pay their dues at local venues?
Ooh.
That's a very good question. That is a very good question. And honestly, my thought on that, I feel social media, it's 2020. That's the way of the world now. Everything's done online. Shopping can be done online. You don't even have to get out of bed to get Amazon at your front door. You know what I mean? So as far as social media affecting drag, I think it's done well to get people's names out there and to get your network out there and build your network, I should say, and bring a lot of connections in. But yes, the flip side of that, there's a lot of misinformation out there about drag and a lot of people who are higher up in drag who are setting not quite the right example for people as well. So I'm on the fence with that. I think social media is a wonderful thing for drag, but in the same respect, it can also be very daunting, especially with shows on television and seeing people who have made it, who have made it per se. And there are a lot of local girls, myself included, who, I'm just doing what I love. If I get famous, I do. If I don't, I don't. It's what it is because I do what I love, and I'm already happy with who I am. But yes, there are a lot of newer queens who feel a little bit more entitlement due to the fact that all the resources they have are right at their fingertips. Your jewelers, your hair people, your costume designers, you can, I hate to say it, you can polish a turd, but you're still left with shiny shit. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I hate to be crass that way, but it's true. Experience makes a queen. You can dress somebody up to the nines, but if they can't walk in heels, then they can't walk in heels. So again, I'm on the fence with that. I think it's good for networking. I don't think it's good as a source of inspiration. So
That's perfect. Go ahead, Scarlett.
Well, I was just gonna answer the question with like what I feel about that. Like, I feel like, we, like Amethyst said, it is 2020, so social media is huge. And nowadays, back in the, I don't know how it was way back in the day for drag, but nowadays, like a lot of times social media is how you get your name out there, how you network, how you get bookings and so on and so forth, because, you could easily just be chatting with someone on social media, like, oh, they might message you, oh, we love your makeup, and you get to chatting, and next thing you know, we'd love to have you in a show. You know what I mean? And it's that way of connecting. But the negative aspect, and this could even be for like the newer queens, is like, since we are in such a social media driven world, there's so many keyboard warriors out there that it's like you put your drag pictures on there, your selfies or in a show or whatever. And I've had this happen to me so many times. All the negative comments that come on there, hatred and you look terrible and this and that and so on. And that can honestly be daunting to your self-esteem and going forward with your drag, because you're thinking to yourself like, well, I want to post these pictures on my social media and get the following and get out there, but all the negative comments, all the hatred, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Exactly. Social media can be very, very hateful.
Yeah.
Following up with what you said, Scarlett, just recently, it's 2020. I've been affected by COVID because I'm in the fine dining and hospitality aspect. I serve, I bartend, I manage. That's what I do. However, as we all know, everybody's operating at like 25% capacity. So I've been unemployed for most of this year. So I've been doing what I've had to do to make a little bit of money here and there. And I've been going through my drag, getting rid of a lot of things. And I posted some things online the other day, and I was attacked because I was told it was junk and I shouldn't be on there selling my junk. Mm-hmm. And it just got really hateful. I said, a private message would have sufficed. You didn't have to make me out to be as though I was trying to take advantage of people, which anybody that knows me knows that's not what I do. Yeah. So, and you can ruin somebody in a heartbeat by doing that, especially on social media.
Oh, yeah.
So, it was just completely taken out of context. And it really hurt my feelings that someone would say that to me. And I'm a strong-willed person. You can't hold me down. But to see other queens join in and say, yeah, read her, get her, stop selling your junk. I'm like, Is this where we're at now? Like, is this what we do? Because I don't know any of you, and you don't know me. But you could have ruined my reputation by continuing to say these things because people believe what they see on screen.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, social media can be very harmful as well. So we really need to be careful about what we put out in the air and just make sure it's love and light. Because why not? You know, it doesn't hurt people that way.
Exactly.
Well, and as drag performers, we should be lifting each other up rather than tearing each other down. Like, I'm gonna misquote this horribly, but you don't have to blow someone else's light out to make yours shine brighter.
Yeah.
That's almost what the quote was. Yeah, I don't understand people. Is one thing, but when you're tearing down someone you don't know, no, back off.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Learn that I'm garbage when you come at me for being garbage.
Exactly. I like the trash that I am. Thank you very much. And I'm sorry, junk looks good on me. I don't know what's wrong with these hoes, but whatever. Bye, Felicia.
Yeah. Another fabulous question here. We're all going to answer this one because I love it. From Robin Thompson, what is your favorite song to perform? Amethyst?
Ooh. Oh, Lord have mercy, so many. You know what? Honestly, and God rest her soul, I love me some Whitney Houston. One of my favorite songs to perform is definitely, as I forget the name of it. Oh my goodness, what is it? Oh, I'm Your Baby Tonight by Whitney Houston. It's just such an upbeat, loving song. Like, I perform it and I forget that I'm even there. You know what I mean? I have so many favorites, but Whitney Houston is definitely among one of my favorites. I love some Janet Jackson too, but if I want to come out and I want to make a statement and I want you to hear what I have to say, I'm going to do Whitney Houston. Okay. Almost like the time. Okay. I need a picture. Yeah. Yes, Whitney. Yes. God rest her soul. I'm your baby tonight, Whitney Houston.
Oh gosh, really? One. I gotta pick one. Honestly, the first thing that popped in my head, I'm just gonna say that. But it is one I really love to do because I have the whole costume and all with the cone titties and everything. So it's a Madonna mix I have. It's like a virgin, and then it goes into Express Yourself, and just with the outfit and everything. And yeah, I love doing that number. That's the first thing that popped in my head. But yeah, like Amethyst said, I have so many. I love doing anything with Ariana Grande. Yeah, just so many.
During COVID, I've been like looking at songs I want to do once COVID is over, because I'm not performing live right now. But one of my bucket list things that I've always wanted to do, I want to perform every single number from Madonna's Ray of Light album.
Yeah.
I love that album so much.
Yep.
Like, Frozen might be one of my favorite songs ever because it has such a good, it's got a good message to it.
Absolutely. And Ray of Light is definitely one of my favorite albums as well. Like The Power of Goodbye, Frozen, Shanti, all those songs are just like, I love them. I love them. I love Madonna. She's my favorite artist of all time.
Her Drowned World concert was amazing. Like, hands down, one of the best concerts ever.
Yeah, definitely.
Anyway, I could go on. And now Madonna is turning into Pete Burns. Like, girl, you didn't need all that work.
Oh,
I know. I hate to talk about my girl. I really do. I really do. But baby, just age gracefully. Just let it go. You're Madonna. You know, I don't want to see her ever not look like Madonna. Like, speaking of, why does Little Kim look like Zsa Zsa Gabor? You know what I'm saying? I don't get it. I don't get it. She's not even black anymore. And I can say that because I'm half black. It's the waist down, but we know. Seriously. Hi, I'm your new co-host here at Inside the Drag Closet, and I'm a lady. I can't stand it.
And that is what we wanted right there.
Exactly. I mean, I love her pink hair. I think the pink hair looks very nice on Madonna, but stop filling it up, girl. Tequila Daniels, if you're watching, girl, I know you agree with me, but you know what I'm saying? too much in there. Too much. Just get you a filter, honey.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know what I'm
And
saying?
she's a gorgeous human being. Like her facial
Oh, yeah.
features were fine, and now she's getting a little carried away.
She's too filled in. It makes her look pudgy.
Hmm.
Yeah.
But Madonna, I love
Like-
you. Don't end my life because you've seen this video. I love you. I'm just kidding. Fill your face full whatever you want to, honey. It's fine. You got the money. Fuck it.
Right.
Yeah.
So next question. We got this question last week, but we're gonna answer it again. Favorite Halloween movie from Gabby Dixon. Scarlett, do you want to take this one first?
Well, I mean, I guess I'll just answer the same way I did last week for those who didn't watch last week. But like I said, I remember I love horror and Halloween. You know, I remember being in kindergarten, going trick-or-treating and stuff. And since then, it's just been my favorite. But anywho, I love anything from gore to cartoons, everything. I watch them all. But I'd have to say probably because when I was 12, turning 13, I had a sleepover party and invited all my friends. And we stayed up all night watching the Nightmare on Elm Street movies. So I love me some Freddy Krueger. I'd probably say those are some of my favorites, but I also love Michael Myers and my other one, animated that is Nightmare Before Christmas. Those three are like my faves.
Very nice.
Fabulous.
Very nice.
Amethyst?
So, I mean, I am a horror fanatic. I love horror. The grosser, the gorier, the better. If it scares the hell out of me, I'm going to watch it again. Like, I love horror to death. I don't want to be cliche and say Hocus Pocus, even though face it, that's everybody's favorite Halloween movie. I mean, which they're doing a part 2, I heard. Everybody's confirmed. Yes, that's happening.
Yes.
Yes, for that. I think, honestly, out of all the horror movies that I love the most, I would probably say Trick or Treat. Have you seen that movie, Trick or Treat? It's almost like a blend of 4 separate stories that actually come together in the end. It's super cute. It's not too scary, but there's a little horror to it. But it's just a cute story, and it's probably my favorite. It's called Trick or Treat. So
I've never seen it. I'm gonna have to check it out.
look it up. It's super, super cute. Like there's 4 different stories that play out, but they all intertwine at the very end. And it's very well done. It's super cute. You're gonna love it, Scarlett. I know you will. It's great.
I'll have to check it out.
Absolutely.
That sounds fun. See, I'm not a horror movie person. But I've been watching lots of clips of things lately, and I have to say, like, I watched Hocus Pocus last week, and I was like, oh, I remember why I like this. You know what I'm being reminded of now? The Witches. And
oh my God, I forgot about that.
Have you seen the
I'm
new one?
really mad I did not do Angelica Houston tonight because I'm looking at my face like, oh, wait a minute. I could do some Angelica
Houston is an icon. I love me some Angelica Houston.
I
Absolutely.
want to see the new one, but I don't want to pay for HBO Max.
I know. I feel the same way. I feel the same way. Absolutely.
We have another really good question here. I am excited to hear both of you answer this from Kenneth A. Losh Tostanowski. I work with you, Kenny, and I can't even pronounce your name. That's great. Biggest challenge as a drag queen and best blessing about being a drag queen. Amethyst?
I'm going to start with the blessing of being a drag queen. Doing drag for me is like, have you ever just wanted to be somebody else for a day or for 10 minutes? And that's really what this is for me. And I've touched so many lives just by doing what I do. I mean, strip it down. I'm a man in a dress, you know, but I've seen so many smiles and love and joy. And especially at Pride festivals, when you see when a little girl or a little boy, a little kid comes up and they hand you that dollar, it breaks my heart. Like it just, I'm overjoyed at the fact that this small child is looking at me like I'm just the brightest star in the galaxy. And it gives hope to the future. And, you know, and there's nothing wrong with that. You know, drag is an art form. And it's touched many people's lives. You know, I've brought people to tears. I've made people angry. You know, but I've started conversations, and that's what the whole point and blessing can be out of drag. It makes people ask questions. It makes people turn their head and say, huh, yeah, you know, That's a good idea, or that's a good way of looking at that. So drag is definitely a blessing for me because it allows me to give the world a little bit of love and joy and tell a story. You know, it's hard to have some of these conversations in person, but if I can interpret it into my art and make you pay attention, then maybe you'll see a different perspective of it and open your eyes. And that's how I perform. That's what I do. The biggest downfall, was it downfall or was it, what was it?
The best blessing and the biggest challenge.
Biggest challenge for drag. Huh. That's a good question. I think my biggest challenge for drag would probably have to be with accepting my art and my form of it and acknowledging the fact within myself that what I'm doing is mine and solely mine, and I don't have to live up to anyone else's standards. I don't have to be cookie cutter, because for a long time in the beginning of my drag, I wanted to fit into the box. But then I realized that I'm the box. You know what I mean? I can be any size, shape I want to be. So just, yeah. A lot of times, a lot of drag queens want to look at TV, social media, blah, 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 and say, that's how I should be. And that's wrong. Be yourself. So yeah, the hardest thing for me with drag was just accepting the fact that I'm me and I don't have to answer to anybody else. So yeah.
Yes.
I love that.
Yeah.
Scarlett?
I'd say the biggest downfall was, for me, it was trying to be accepted for who I was. I mean, as Jade knows, and Amethyst, you probably know, like when I started, I tried to do the very fishy pageanty thing because I wanted to fit in. I wanted people to accept me. I thought that, I was the same way. I've only been doing drag 6 years, so it's not as long as either one of you. But I thought that it was very much, especially in central Pennsylvania, it was very much, you have to be this fishy pageanty girl or you won't fit in or you won't get booked. And I had that mindset for a while. And while I was doing drag, when I was doing the whole fishy pageanty thing, I wasn't happy because I wasn't being me. I wasn't doing what I wanted to do and how I wanted to look. And then I just was like, fuck it. I'm going to do me. If I look like a clown or right now a dead bitch, whatever, like I'm happy with it. I'm happy with the way it turned out. And it's me. It's who I want to be. And I mean, now look, like I am a big name in the area. So, obviously being yourself is the best way to really make your drag successful and be happy. And as far as the blessing part, kind of like what Amethyst said, I kind of gonna piggyback off of what she said, is like just the fact of I had a show 2 weeks ago, the day after my birthday at Heat, and some girl came up to me and she's like, I've been coming to every show that you do at Heat since you started. She's like, and watching you perform just gets the dollars flowing and it like brings me to my knees. She's like, I think you are mind blowing and amazing. And everything you do, everyone through here is so good. So just to hear the fact that like I'm pouring my heart and soul out onto the stage, not knowing what people are going to think. And the fact that someone like that comes up to me and tells me that is just like, it just melts my heart. And it's just amazing to hear things like that. And even what Amethyst said, sometimes people love it, sometimes people don't. They laugh, they cry, angry, like all the emotions you get, but that's part of doing drag. You're going to experience all of that. It's a wild ride, but as long as you're being yourself and you're having fun, that's all that matters.
Absolutely.
I remember Scarlett and I were working together during Amateur Drag Race, and I got her for coach inspiration.
Yeah.
And so I got to be her coach that night. And I was like, I want to play. I want to do something you're not expecting. So we did one eye in pink, one eye in blue, super big over the top. And you performed Funhouse by Pink.
Nice.
And I was like, this is where I see her going. And I think that was you going, wait a minute, she can be a clown.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I was very proud to be there for that moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's important to accept those kind of moments too, to allow someone else to try to do something to you, and you never know. It opens your eyes to something that you may never have done before.
And it was
Yeah.
honestly like, just to go off of that, it was honestly one of the tipping points into like realizing who I was, because I got to go out, and I remember I wore your that blue and purple tutus that you had.
Yeah.
And I had like a leather jacket on, and I had these black leather boots, and I remember crawling around on the stage and just like being wild and crazy, and it was just so much fun though. And then I believe it was maybe 2 weeks after, I remember doing Alanis Morissette, because I grew up in the 90s, and Alanis Morissette, just the whole grunge in general, was one of the things that I loved about the 90s. And then I just realized, like, doing that whole fun house and, you know, the punk rock of Pink, and then coming out doing Alanis Morissette grunge, just all that was like, I'm having more fun doing this than I am coming out in all the jewels and waving, and like that, and I kind of was the tipping point to realizing who I am as a entertainer.
Absolutely.
I love that. By the way, Alanis Morissette's new music is amazing.
It is. What's the song that she released? Something about being drunk, or Reasons Why I Drink. That song is everything.
The video for it is, the video is her as several different characters at an AA meeting.
Isn't it ironic?
Don't you think?
A little too ironic.
Yes. I agree. I'm glad she's back.
I'm going to piggyback off of what Scarlett just said. One of the biggest blessings I've ever had as a drag performer was moments like that, where I got to be a coach for other performers and watch them grow and learn. And sadly, some of the performers were just like, no, this is what I want to do. And I'm like, that's what you want to do. That's what you want to do. I'm only saying what I can because I think I'm helping. But, you know, you do you. Right. Not going to take anything away from you. Actually, Jasleen Sparks Dixon has been watching it. I pushed that girl hard, and I was like, I wanted her to perform in Spanish, and I wanted her to do some Shakira, and she was like, I think it's too much. And then she did it, and she was like, people loved that. I'm like, you know, I saw something with her, and I was like, this is going to be fun. As a theater person, I love acting. Hello, look at the shenanigans. But now that I have started moving behind the scenes and directing, I get to direct at the New Jersey Renaissance Fair when there's not a global pandemic. I love standing back and watching the cast do the show I directed and just go, I did that. That was pretty amazing.
Good show, though. Good show.
Gosh, we got a lot of fantastic questions. I'm going to keep going through these questions. I want to answer this one from Eve. Thank you for answering my question. Any particular tips for a new non-binary performer who prefer a more non-binary character? Amethyst, go ahead.
Absolutely. I mean, it's very clean and very basic. Do you just be yourself, and be the best self you can possibly be. There's a lot of different, subcultures and different things that are entering drag, and everybody's like, oh, is this acceptable? Is that acceptable? Yes, the answer is absolutely yes. Let's break the mold, break the cookie cutter shit. You know what I mean? Just be you. You want to be a non-binary queen? Go for it. You want to be a non-binary king? Go for it. Just have a ball, and that will shine through your performances more than anything else will do. Doesn't matter what anybody thinks about you. Do you and do it well, and everybody's going to give you that respect if they see that. So, yeah, there's that.
Yes, ma'am. Scarlett, anything to add to that?
Just the same as what Anna said. Be you, have fun, and go out there and give it your all. And if you have that energy, the rest of the room will have the energy. They will feel it. You'll vibe off each other, and everyone will have a good ass time. That's about all I can really say.
Absolutely. I have 2 non-binary drag children, and I love them both, and they are so fun. And, they have experienced, I don't understand what you're doing. I don't get your style of drag. Don't listen to that. Those are not the voices you need to hear. You want to hear, I'm going to have fun doing this. You do what you want to do. The dumb voices will be there. They're not the ones helping you. Find the ones that do.
Exactly. We're all a collection of several different people's ideas. You know, for years I would just sit backstage and watch people, you know, Miss Americas that I would meet at state level and national level. And I would just walk over and I would just sit there and I would say politely, you know, is it okay if I sit here and watch you? You know, I have one Miss America's eyebrow. I have another Miss America's lips. I have another Miss America's cheeks. You know, just make it your own. Take little bits of what you like and leave the rest behind.
Yeah.
You know, you'll find you.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I want to. Cassie Hunter has a fantastic question here that just made me giggle.
Come on, Cassie.
Who do people say you look like in drag?
Oh, Lord.
Amethyst?
When I first started doing drag, I got Vanessa Williams, and I love Vanessa Williams a lot, actually. I don't know, you know, if I ever had to do a celebrity impersonation, I don't know who I would do. I really don't. I don't feel as though I look, you know, like a dead ringer of anybody in particular. But I've been told Vanessa Williams. I've been told Donna Summer. You know, it all depends on the hair, the makeup, the outfit. You know, but yeah, mostly Vanessa Williams and Donna Summer are the two that. And Janet Jackson. I get that one too. But mostly my drag mother, Poison. Hi, Mama.
Yes.
We love Poison.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
I love Poison just because she'll send me a random text message in the middle of the day and it's like makes no sense and there's never any lead into it. It's just like
I love them. I absolutely love them.
She cracks me up so much. I've never gotten that I look like anyone, although tonight, like, I am feeling a little Angelica Houston.
Definitely.
I was joking around with my husband earlier. I was like, I'm Mary Poppins if she was played by Velma Kelly.
Yes.
That's awesome.
I walked downstairs earlier and he was like, you look like Margaret Cho from the cover of one of her one of the posters from her shows. And I was like, what? And now that I have the hat on, I'm like, oh, I remember which one that is. How about you, Scarlett? Who do you look like?
Well, unfortunately, I don't look like any movie stars or famous people like Miss Amethyst, because no real woman wears this much makeup. I'm just kidding. I don't wear any makeup. But if I'm thinking of, like, for example, Facebook, Instagram, anything like social media wise, the 4 queens that I've been called before, like RuPaul's Drag Race queens I've been compared to, Detox, Bianca, Trixie, and Rock'em Sakura. But I guess it's just my aesthetic. That's obviously what I'm going off of. But
that's a good combo, though.
It is.
It is.
But yeah, I've seen those all before on, like, Instagram especially. So
yeah, I used to get really, like, hurt about being compared to a Ru girl. Like, I was doing a lot of vintage stuff and everyone's like, oh my God. And then Jinx Monsoon got on Drag Race. And I was like, crap, change my aesthetic, go with darker hair. Ben Delacreme got on. Damn it, gotta change again. Which I met Ben Delacreme last year and she's an absolute sweetheart. Dayla, if you watch the show, please, I would love to have you on. But yeah, I think the cool thing is taking those facets of other people and then turning them into your own drag.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. Turn your flaws into facets, babies. Absolutely.
Yes.
I agree. And Jade, definitely, you are absolutely Ben de la Creme. When I first seen Ben on the show, I was like, that's Jade DeVere. She owes you. She owes you money. Absolutely.
Yeah. I tried to be, you know, bright and bubbly like she is, and you know, I do what I can. Well.
You have that whimsical, bubbly that just draws people in. People love Jade DeVere, and you're always a pleasure to watch. You always make me smile and laugh. So yeah, absolutely.
Aw, thank
Snaps
you.
for you, though. Snaps for you, baby.
Yes.
Jasleen has a good question for us. I love this one. From Sparks Dixon, my question: how do you feel about queens that while collecting tips, they just snatch tips without acknowledging the patron or even looking at them?
Oh no.
Shade.
Need a drink.
Yep,
No. May I address that?
please do.
Now, while I understand it takes a lot of money to look this cheap, the people in the audience that come out and support drag, especially local drag, deserve the courtesy of a thank you or a hug or a nod or a wink or a millisecond of you and them that lets them know that they are loved and appreciated. The second you make your audience feel that they are disrespected or unappreciated will be the last time you get that dollar for them. So if you're going to snatch a dollar from somebody, make sure you stretch that dollar out because it will be the last one they give you. And it gives all of us a bad name and a bad representation when someone just mows the grass, so to speak, or just walks around and just snatches money. Let that person know that they are loved and appreciated because you don't know if they can even afford to give you that dollar. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love kissing and hugging all the people. I sound like Joe Biden. I love, sorry, political. We'll stop. I'm sorry. But I love that interaction with my audience because usually I'm backstage or I'm ripping off a wig, I'm putting more makeup on, I'm changing my costume, and I don't get that connection with the people who have come to see me and give me that respect of giving me a dollar. So I make sure I don't give a damn about my song. It's not about me. You know what I mean? It's at that point it's the respect of somebody willing to give you money for doing what you're doing, and they deserve that respect, and they should be given that respect. And you should never ever snatch money out of somebody's hands. No, that's tacky, and it leaves a bad taste in all of our mouths. So don't do it. I'm done.
Scarlett, anything to add?
Yeah, just and while you're out there as the queen entertaining, that's your job. The person who's giving you money, they got that from their job, so they work just as hard as you to make that money. So you should be respectful of them giving you their hard-earned money because they understand that this is your job. And, even if it's, sometimes you have time for a hug or a kiss, but even if it's just a wink, or blow a kiss, anything to acknowledge that you're taking the dollar from them and you appreciate them coming to support you and tipping you and supporting local drag. It doesn't matter what it is, just, acknowledge the person. It's about respect.
Yep.
Absolutely.
I will say on the flip side of that, because we covered from the performer aspect, but from the audience standpoint as well, there is something that's the opposite, and that's tug of war. If you're holding a dollar out for us, we're going to do what we can to get to you. But if you play this game where you keep pulling it away, I no longer need your dollar and most likely will not come back to you again. Most shows, you're not the only person in the audience. We've all been at that gig where the audience was small. It happens. But tug of war is the most frustrating thing in the world because we're performing, we're acknowledging you, we're remembering the lyrics to our song. There's a lot of wheels turning at the same time. If you're trying to make that moment all about you, we're going to get love. If you want to make it all about you, I'm going to move on.
Exactly. I only got one good wheel left, so either give it to me or step off. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I don't have time for this. I don't have time for it.
And going into like show etiquette a little bit more, just because we haven't done shows for a while. And don't touch us during a show. Yeah. Drag is not consent. Like, if we're going to get a hug, by all means, let us initiate a hug. But be careful when you put your arm around our shoulder. I've had that drunk girl hang on to me as my head's going back because she's pulling my wig off.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I know my ass looks good. I spent all that time putting that couch back there. But just because I did doesn't mean you can touch it.
Yeah.
Exactly. I am definitely a look, don't touch kind of queen.
Yeah.
You know, we spend a lot of time, we spend a lot of money on this. You know, we're not life-size Bratz dolls. Well, maybe we are, but you know, don't hug and rip and try to kiss. Like, I took time to do this.
Yeah.
You think I woke up like this? No.
No.
So, you know what I mean? Like, and again, not cheap. Don't touch. You know, love you. Thanks for the $1, but yeah, just be respectful and mind people's personal space. You know, COVID 2020. Let's not take it into next year. To be perfect.
Yeah.
So,
Accurate.
the more you know.
I love this next question that's up here from Daniel Jackson. Where's my dream date, Anastasia?
Oh,
Unfortunately, Anastasia did get stuck at work this evening. So she could not make it. She literally messaged us like at 7:00, just like devastated that she couldn't be here. But don't worry, she's gonna be back. She's fine. She's a busy girl.
Yeah.
exactly.
Dream
And
date, Anastasia.
And big shout out to Anastasia. She has the biggest heart of anyone I have ever met. And she's just, you can't be in a bad mood around her. Like, it's absolutely impossible. And I wish she was here tonight. And I hope you're watching, baby. I love you. I know we share a last name, and I will claim you any day of the week. So, yes.
Yes.
So, we'll see you soon, baby. We love you. You do what you do, and thank you for what you do. So,
yes.
We love and miss you.
Oh, here's a good question.
Oh.
I'm ready for this one.
Yay.
From Eric Gamble Ernst. What would all of your drag king names be?
Oh, shit.
Names.
Oh, God.
Wow. Cue the Jeopardy music.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I'll go. Since I am Jade DeVere, and I get DeVere from the Earl of Oxford, who supposedly wrote everything that Shakespeare did, I would just become Eddie DeVere.
There you go.
And no one would get it, and I would have to explain that at every fucking show because I'm a history buff, and that's the life I choose to live.
I would probably pay respect to my drag father and do Richie Rich Diamond.
Ooh, I love that.
Yeah.
How about you, Scarlett?
Oh gosh. I don't know. I don't know what my king name would be. I've never even thought of this before, to be honest. I mean, maybe I could keep Overkill and then like take
Call yourself Murder Overkill.
What?
Murder Overkill.
Yeah. Well, I was, take maybe. You know what? Actually, so funny story. I was actually supposed to be born. My mom and dad had picked this name out for me, and then my grandma came along, being the religious person she was, and had them change it. But originally, I was supposed to be born Zachary, not Matthew. So I would take that Zachary Overkill.
Ooh.
Okay. Great.
Yeah.
Great. I like it.
Me too. I was going to say Red Overkill.
Ooh, that one. I like that one too.
Ooh, that is a damn good question.
Yeah, it
is. Actually. It is. It is.
Morgan has another good question for us.
Oh.
Do any of you have drag mothers, or did you start drag without any guidance? Go for it, Amy.
Absolutely. So back in 1998, which, was just last week, I started at the Washington Academy of Arts. My very first mother was Dominique, was her name. I unfortunately lost touch with her over the years, and I haven't seen her. But I was adopted by Blair Michaels as well, as far as my academy mother. Blair Michaels has been doing drag since the dawn of time. I love her, and she's just such a sweet person, and I wish I could see her sooner than I haven't seen her in a long time. So, but when I turned 21 last week, I celebrated my 21st birthday at Stallions. And that night, they were holding a benefit for, I believe it was AIDS Community Alliance, I think it was. And the auction was put a pie in a drag queen's face. You got to smash a cream pie in a drag queen's face.
Ooh.
And I was watching the show. I was with my friend Billy at the time. And this tall, beautiful, statuesque, ebony, gorgeous thing came out in this jade green gown. And her name was Poison. And she came out to get her pie. And she was like, "You're not getting my good lashes." And she pulled them off and she set them down. And they smashed a pie right in her face. And I said, "Will you be my drag mother? I love pie." So, and that was almost 20 years ago now. So, and she's still my drag mother today. I still look up to her all the time. And we often get mistaken for one another. Diamond Taylor, myself, and Poison. Diamond, if you're watching, love you, miss you. We always get mistaken for each other constantly. Which I love because my drag mother is fierce. There she is, my Miss Poison. That's my mama. That's my mama. I may have other brothers and sisters, but I don't claim them. So I am Poison's only daughter, for the record. Love you.
I remember one night we were doing our Diva show here in Harrisburg, and it was February. It was the Valentine's Day show, and Derek booked you, Diamond Taylor, and Anastasia Diamond, and called it the Night of Black Diamonds.
Yeah.
The funny thing was, he booked all of you because he loved you, and I was the one who was like, "So wait a minute, you're booking 3 black drag queens with the name Diamond in their name," and he was like, "Oh my God." I didn't even do that on purpose. I'm like, thank God you're pretty.
I loved it. I love that show. That's my favorite show to do anywhere.
That
I love
was
it.
such a fun night too.
Oh God, yes.
All right. More questions. Oh my gosh, we have so many questions on here. I love this.
I love questions.
Yes.
Let's see. I'm scrolling up a little bit. Let's see. Okay, there's the drag mother question. Scarlett, you didn't get to answer that.
Oh, yeah. I was like, wait a minute.
Oh my goodness.
I almost forgot about that for a minute. Well, my drag mother is, funny story is, back when I did amateur drag race, what we were talking about earlier, you know, I was a new queen. I was only 3 months into doing it. I'm like, I'm going to walk in there with my wig and my jewels and my CVS makeup, and I'm a real woman. And one night, Aurora F. Sterling, if you're watching, love you, mother. Love you so much. She actually was at the show watching as a boy. She came up to me and she said, bluntly outward, I think you have potential, but you need some help, girl. And from that moment, I was like, okay. She's like, I'd love for you to be my daughter and join our family. Since then, I've been part of the wonderful House of Fontaine. There's Aurora F. Sterling, Michelle Sterling, Ashley Lynn. We're all in the family together, full of amazing entertainers. And I love them all so much. And yeah.
They got to you 10 minutes before I could.
Yes, they did.
Aww.
But that's the fabulous part about it. Like, even in your drag families, like, you have your extended family as well. Like, I love the Fontaines and Sterlings so much, and I've learned so much from them as well.
Yes.
You know, it's the extended family that I've always gravitated to.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I've had drag mothers before, and I have nothing but love for them, but I forged my own path, and I'm a mother of my own. And if any of my former mothers ever came to me and needed anything, I'd be there for them in a heartbeat. But House of DeVere.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
With all of my ridiculous children running all over the world.
I love you, ridiculous children. They're some of my favorite people.
Things are about to get sappy.
Oh no.
Eric Gamble Ernst, Jade and I most likely would not have met if not for drag. Funny because I had an aversion to it when I came out. I think that's a common thing. You know, drag kind of, people equate it to the clown thing. and they're just like, oh, it's big and scary. And yes, it can be. But
Oh, me?
but and that's the fabulous part about it. Derek and I met backstage at a drag show. Sadly, the queen that was the reason we met is no longer with us. She passed away a number of years ago. But if it wasn't for her, we never would have met. So, drag, bringing people together, whether they like it or not.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I'm looking for more questions. Oh my gosh, you kids are chatty tonight. I love this.
Yes. Bring us the questions.
More questions. More questions. Here we go. From Daniel Jackson, how do you feel about people who watch a digital show and don't tip the queens who are performing? That's fine.
Absolutely.
That's fine.
That's great prerogative. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
you don't have to. It's not required.
So,
You know, it's always appreciated, but it's not a requirement. Not at all.
Yeah.
Not at all.
Especially online, because, you know, odds are we're sitting here in gym shorts without shoes on.
I mean, I guess it honestly, I guess it depends on what you're doing. Like, I mean, for something not that I'm saying anything bad. I love this show. I love the opportunity that I have to be on the show. But like Jay just said, just sitting here at a table chit-chatting, yeah, that's something you probably don't. I mean, if you want to tip, great. We love the tips, but not required. But I mean, if there's an online show where I'm getting full padding and heels and I'm performing in front of my camera for you, it'd be nice to have a little coin.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
True.
Absolutely. I agree with that totally. If you're doing like a makeup tutorial or you're doing a performance, absolutely. If you can, wonderful. If you can't, just share their video, you know, just put it out. That's all you have to do. Just support. Support doesn't have to come in dollars.
Exactly.
When we're in a club, I think one of the biggest ways you can support is watching. People have talked about it a lot. I'm going to talk about it now. If you're sitting in the front row and someone is performing and you're looking at your phone, I will take your phone.
Same.
I will take it away from you. Don't claim the front row if you're not going to watch the show, and support everyone. Don't just support your friends. I did a gig. I'm not going to mention the name of the place, but I won't go back there. I was doing a number and some guy just walked right in front of me to go hang out with his friends. And I followed him. I was like, oh, I'm sorry. Was I in your way? When I get mad, it's not pretty.
You come sit next to me, darling, anytime you get mad.
Right.
Yeah.
I want to bring back once again, Eve Brown Amethyst. I absolutely love that. Turn your flaws into facets. As a new performer with multiple disabilities, I have been concerned that I won't be viable as a performer, but this truly gives me the reminder that it can work as a unique individual performer.
Absolutely. Honey, people will only treat you as you allow.
Yes.
I believe that was Jackie O that said that. People will only treat you as you allow. You don't have to accept what people say to you. You can't change the actions that people present to you, but you can change how you react.
Yes.
And that's your power right there. Don't let anybody ever take your power away, baby. You do you. Absolutely.
Yes.
And I love you for it. So, mwah.
Oh, I love that.
Me too. From Morgan, would you ever come to the UK and perform for me and my people if the opportunity came about?
I love an opportunity, especially when it comes with a paycheck.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
We are in the process of something. We don't know what it's going to turn into, but we might be turning Inside the Drag Closet into a bit of a traveling show here and there. So if you want us to come to your area, make sure you send an email to insidethedragcloset@gmail.com. We don't know what it's going to be at this point, but, you know, we would love to travel once Miss Rona gets on her huffy bike and gets the hell out of here.
Yes.
Bye, Felicia.
That quote. I quoted that from something and I don't remember what it was.
You did great, honey. It was wonderful.
Okay.
Oh my god. I just got to all of the like names for Scarlet.
Oh boy.
I love Tad Overkill.
Scott
Overkill.
Overkill. Scantly clad. Will Scarlet Overkill. Tad Overkill.
I love Tad.
Overkill. These are all so good. Ooh, wait a minute. Scorpion Overkill.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Oh,
Scorpion Overkill. Ooh, I hope that's a Mortal Kombat reference because I like that.
Yes. Yes, man.
Yes.
I got my Melina fan already. Or that's Katana. Never mind. Sorry, Katana. If you're watching Katana, I'm sorry.
oh my God. We need to do a Mortal Kombat night.
I'm
Done.
ready for that.
We've got Scarlet. We've got Jade. Amethyst could easily be.
I'll be Melina. Melina's purple. I'll do Melina.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I should do
Amethyst be? Or who would Anastasia be? Kitana.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah. Or I want to do Shiva. Or Sindel. I'll do Sindel.
Oh.
Although I could totally see you as Shiva, though.
Oh, I need more arms.
Oh. We need our own.
I got the muscles. I just need more arms.
Yes.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
Here's a question. I know, Vicky, you posted this already and you posted it again. So, what is the strangest thing that has ever happened to you during a performance?
That's a good one.
Yeah.
I mean, I've had people cry like hysterically. I've had people laugh hysterically, which kind of hurt, my feelings. I'm like, oh, well, this isn't supposed to be funny. But strangest thing? I don't know.
Oh, I have a good one.
Go for it.
Okay. I remember, I don't know where I was or what the show was. I can't remember. It's been some time. But someone, as I was taking their tip from them, asked if they could take a picture with me. I said, of course. They took a picture of me, and then as soon as I was done, they asked me for my number so they could text it to me. And I'm like, I'm in the middle of a number, but maybe after. It was just so weird that they like right then and there was like, hurry, give me your number so I can text this picture to you.
That didn't happen during a number, but we were working at Dickinson College a number of years ago, and our good friend Belladonna wanted to get a picture with the woo girl or the Rue girl that night, but she forgot her phone. So Shangela Laquifa Wadley gets out her phone, takes a selfie with Bella, and then texts it to her. So now Bella has Shangela's number.
Yes.
Like,
Nice.
I think that's one of the biggest misconceptions about queens that have been on RuPaul's Drag Race. They are super down to earth.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes. Some are a little up there, but I've been chatting with one for ages, and I just think she's absolutely incredible. In fact, I have a poster for next week's show already. It is right here. Next week, we will have myself and Amethyst Diamond will be interviewing Mrs. Kasha Davis from season 4 of RuPaul's Drag Race and Life with the Davises.
Yang.
That was quite a segue.
Awesome. I'm excited. That's so cool.
That's gonna be a fun show. Does anybody have any other questions for us? Oh, this is from Teddy. Great show, gals. Welcome aboard, Amethyst.
Thank you, Teddy, so much for the love. Thank you so much.
Teddy is from WLFE-DB Radio. Make sure you watch his show, Talk with Teddy. He has new guests on every week. It's a whole lot of fun. That's actually how this show came about. He was looking for drag queens, and I answered, and we had such a good time. He asked me if I wanted my own show, and I said, hell no.
And look where we are now.
And
Congratulations.
he
Hello,
will
world.
So much love for Amethyst tonight from Morgan.
Thank
You
you,
are a
baby.
gorgeous Queen Amethyst.
Thank you, Morgan, so much. I appreciate and love you. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Derek is saying Anastasia as Shiva.
Girl, I would
Yes.
live. I would live. Oh, I would live for that. That'd be amazing.
So we're gonna take one more question before the end of the night. It is a little bit of a downer, so let's see if we can turn this into a positive. I don't know what's gonna happen. From Vicky Marie Thompson, how do you all feel about the layoff of the Disney cast members? Yeah.
I'm not overly familiar with that scenario, so I don't feel I can make a fair response to that because I that's the first I've heard of it. So I don't know. Fill me in. I'll give an opinion.
So basically, for anyone who didn't know, Disney basically gave the axe to many of their shows. Finding Nemo, the Hoop-Dee-Doo Review, the Citizens of Hollywood. I don't have the list in front of me. Basically, most of their entertainment gone. Everyone's just laid off. And
like at Disneyland itself?
Disney World and Disneyland, I think. So yeah, the big stage productions are all gone.
Wow. Are they permanently gone?
I don't know. And I think that's the tricky thing. I've been watching friends of mine posting on Facebook all day, just, hey, I got the axe today. Festival of the Lion King, thank you, Gabby, was another one. And that show, like, all these shows are so amazing, and now they're all just gone.
It's a shame. I mean, same thing with Broadway too right now, you know. I think it's merely a precautionary thing. You know, we all hope that we can get back to normal, you know, come 2021. But there's a lot of stupidity out there. There's a lot of people that don't want to wear their mask, you know. So I pray for the day that we can all go back to normal as well. But in the meantime, I think we just need to accept things as they are, cooperate, be considerate, love your fellow human being, you know, and respect them by following protocol. And we'll get back to normal soon. You know, I feel bad for the live performers on Broadway at Disney as well, who are losing their jobs and their income because of this. You know, we're not making this political. I could get into the government. Lord, we could have another 3-hour segment. But for now, respect your human being, accept things as they are, and hopefully, you know, soon we'll get back to our normal.
Yeah.
You know.
Scarlett?
Well, I was saying it goes even further than that, you know, like we've been saying, like, you know, the drag queen's been trying to do online stuff, and sure, you know, I know Jade's not doing any live stuff, but Amethyst, you and I have done some things, but just trying to get back out there and do some shows and make some money, because, you know, some of us entertainers, like, drag is, you know, for me personally, I'm speaking, your full-time job. Like, sure, I have a part-time job, but like, that's just like here and there and picking up what I can throughout this pandemic, but it's nowhere near what I would make as, you know, doing my drag. So it goes beyond just, you know, I feel for the Disney people because I'm in the same boat, you know, thousands of dollars I've lost over the months of not doing drag. So it sucks, but you know what Amethyst said, we have to continue to fight this battle. Wear your masks, distance, be safe, be smart, and we can beat this thing.
True. It's going to take time. It's going to take patience, and people just got to be on board. You know, don't argue with, if an employee somewhere says, hey, I'm very sorry, you're going to have to put your mask on, put your damn mask on.
Yeah.
They're just doing their job so that they can live.
Yep.
Exactly. It's not about you.
Yeah.
This
is about us.
Yes,
exactly. The more you know. I love it.
The more you know.
We need that shooting star, yes.
Yeah.
So we are reaching the end of the show. So Amethyst, any last words for the viewers?
This has been so much fun. I have missed my sisters. I miss being out there, seeing all of you in the crowd. And this really has eased that for me a little bit, to be able to talk with you and converse with you, and to get to see some of my closest sisters, you know. we may be distant, but you're not far away, if you know what I mean.
Yes.
So again, I look forward to being a fabulous and well-versed person on this show. And thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yes.
You bet. Welcome aboard.
Yeah.
Scarlett, any last words?
Just what I just said a couple minutes ago. Continue to wear your mask, wash your hands, distance, be smart, be safe, be healthy. We can beat this thing. Remember, it's not about you, it's about us. And lastly, we are 6 days away from the election. So please, 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 for the sake of everyone, vote. Make your voice heard.
Excellent. Again, same thing. Amethyst, thank you so much for joining us. We are going to have so much fun working together. This is going to be so much fun.
Thank you.
Welcome to our craziness.
Yeah. Thank you.
I want everyone to keep tuning in every Wednesday night at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to Inside the Drag Closet, the interactive podcast where you can ask drag queens anything. But like I said before, next week we have the fabulous Mrs. Kasha Davis from RuPaul's Drag Race joining us. I'm so excited. Yay. Kasha was very excited that we changed our start time. But yeah, we are working on some fabulous things for November and December. Wear your mask, stay safe, keep your friends safe. But it is time to say good night, kids.
Bye.